Hi, welcome to Room to Grieve Podcast. We're your hosts, Karen and Bec. Grab yourself a cuppa, find a comfortable spot, and we'll journey through grief together.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I've sprung this on you today, haven't I?
You have.
Yeah.
You have. I've literally finished work and logged straight on to chat to you. So this is going to be interesting. What do you want to chat about?
Yeah, well, there's two things, really. The first thing, I think you need it. I think you needed to speak today, and I'm allowed to do this. I'm going to give you a talking to.
Oh, God.
But then the other thing is, I needed to walk away from a situation, and I needed to come back and ground and move away from something. So I've used you on that.
Do you want to start with that and tell us what?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I'm ready for killing my son.
Oh, why? What's he done?
Obviously, he's not working at the moment, so he's helping me.
Yeah.
I'll use that term loosely.
Is he not very good? Have you not trained him very well?
Not trained him. Well, totally, everything is my fault.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been spoilt since birth.
And is that what he's telling you it's your fault?
Oh, no, I'm telling myself.
All right, okay. That's
stopped
allowed
me from killing him.
Yeah.
And it's really weird, isn't it? Because I'm there. I was out painting this morning, about 7 o'clock this morning, actually painting. And looking at he's supposed to be getting up to help me. So I said, get up early in the morning because we've got a lot to do. So I'm looking at his blinds and his curtains shut, and I'm like painting in anger. Like he's not even up yet, Totally unreasonable because it is a bit too early. I'm thinking, my Emma'd be here painting with me. Yeah. She'd be painting, she'd be helping her mum. And then you think, would she bugger it?
I was going to say, would she fuck at 7 o'clock in the morning?
She'd do. We have got about 300 long strips of wood to paint, right? 2 coats of each. So the first coat's boring, the second coat's even more boring. And I've got a handful of blisters, right? Just my hands. Oh. I'd say she'd do half a strip of wood and then just got to nip somewhere, Mum, and then she'd just disappear, right? So, but it's amazing how you forget things like that, and it's just nice to bring yourself back to reality. Yeah. So
definitely.
Niles he doesn't do things as quick. When you're used to telling somebody, right, do this, that, and the other. First of all, you have to say it 3 times because he's got AirPods in. So then, by the time you're saying it the 3rd time, you're at screaming pitch, aren't you? And you're like,
and you just like to fuck off and I'll do it myself.
Yeah, but I'm trying to not do that. So I've cleaned all the windows, right? So, we had a fanging match yesterday. The neighbours must listen to all this. They must think it's some sort of show. And I said, 1 job. He went, what do you mean? 1 job? I said, 1 job. You tell me 1 job that you can do in full. Oh, what do you mean? I've done the grass. I went, no. I had to go and open the shed because there was a cobweb on the shed. He doesn't do cobwebs.
I'm in Niles' camp. I don't do spiders.
Well, then there was the issue. Right, I've opened the shed. Oh, I can't go in the shed because there's spiders in it.
Yeah, there will be. If there's a cobweb, it means there's a spider.
Yeah.
I'm totally with Niall.
For God's sake, you just whiz them away.
No, they crawl and they drop and
So, obviously, I'm telling the wrong person this story too, aren't I? Yeah. So he couldn't do that. Then he couldn't I had to go and get the garden bin, bring that down and empty the grass into it. So he went to come back. I can't get the bin. I said, why? There's a spider on the bin. So I said, hit it with the rake. I can't pick the rake up because it's in a cobweb. So this is just one thing, just one job. So then doing the windows, I have to do the windows first to get all the cobwebs off the windows. Then he can clean the windows. I said, you have to work at a certain speed. Now, I don't know how he's done this, but at some previous life, he must have worked on a boat because he only does it round. He doesn't do corners. And it's quite handy because he's like 6'4" nearly and he can reach. Yeah. I have to have a step ladder. But it's just getting so annoying.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
walked away. I'm calming myself down because apparently I'm screaming like a banshee and I'm just having a go.
Oh.
We'll leave it at that. And we'll move on to you.
I do think it is just this new generation, whatever they're called. I don't know. Whatever this.
Lazy?
Yeah, they've just got some weird ideas, haven't they? Of like, you know, I don't want to work too hard. I might get stressed. I just need to go a little bit slow, think of my mental health. Like,
No, I don't think it's any of that with now. I think he's just on a different speed.
yeah, there's no sense of urgency in any of them,
No,
is
I
there?
said you've got to do the windows before the sun comes round. Why? I said because it will dry too fast. We've got to get the windows. You have to use the window machine to rhyme cart to things.
Yeah.
And said you have to use that while the window's still wet. So I'll just put more water on it then so you can hear and all the slashing of the water. No, you've still got to use this magic cloth and then you get most of the water off and then you do it before it dries and you can hear the screeching of the machine down the window because it's dry.
Right.
Yeah. So you've got to work at a certain speed because the sun's coming round.
So then when you come inside, you look outside and all you've got is lines down your
Yeah.
window. That'll drive me insane.
Yeah. So then he said, if the sun's coming round, I'll do it tomorrow. So why the sun will still be there tomorrow? Well, I'll do it in the morning so you don't get up early enough. So anyway, we've gone back onto that. We're moving on to you.
Okay. I'm avoiding that if you haven't noticed.
Yeah. So, so we're going to talk about being stuck in grief, deep grief.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Because if you look it up,
Is that me, is it?
Disconnected, deeply sad, no motivation, feeling guilty that you're not getting out of the whole thing fast enough, yeah? Do you want to tick all them boxes?
Yeah, I need to double tick all them boxes.
Yeah, double tick them, yeah?
Yeah.
And you, in the last few weeks, not just on here, personally and on here, you've said it, you're giving yourself a hard time. You really are. I don't know whether you've realised that. You call yourself whingy, miserable, depressing.
But that's how I feel.
Absolutely none of them.
Yeah, I just feel like that's all I do all the time at the minute is just moan and feel sad and cry like I want to now. Everything makes me fucking cry at the minute.
But that's grief.
I know. But I think it's just because I think up until now I've done quite well at being able to turn it on and off to suit a situation and to, just to kind of mask it or put a lid on it a bit and just control it, I guess. And I've lost all that control. But they say that, don't they, in grief? Like you have no control over it and there is no running away from it and it will come and find you. And it 100% has come and found me and it's beating my fucking ass, I tell you. Like, I'm not winning.
Yeah. But it's not a competition to win, is it?
I meant in that I've read every book, I've done all the research, yet none of the knowledge, none of my understanding, nothing is still making me be able to go, okay, I can do this shit, because I can't.
Yeah.
It's still really hard.
Yeah.
Knowing everything you need to know and,
sometimes you just got to accept that you can't do it at the moment.
No.
And at the moment you're sort of down a hole and you seem to that you can't get yourself out of it. But that's not forever. That's not you. That's like you went away for the weekend, you struggled. Right, we won't go into that, but you did struggle. That doesn't mean to say that you can never go away for a weekend again, does it?
No.
And it's like you put so much pressure on yourself. It's like statistics say, right, that to get into this place, this deep stuck in grief thing, it can be unprocessed trauma. Yeah, it can be lack of support from others, and it can be suppressed emotions. And them emotions are pressure of being strong. And they're just a few of the things. And because of them, a million thoughts a day can go through your head. And it's like you can have one thought and you say, like, if I let this pain go, it means I'm letting Bradley go. Or if I do that, it's like, and you're fighting with yourself all the time. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And to have all that on top of being in this hole is fucking hard.
It is really hard. And I think I said to you the other day when I went to my therapist this week, a lot of what she said to me is that, I say it all the time on here. I like to do a lot. I like to keep myself busy. And that's my way of coping. So I'll, procrastinate on purpose to make sure that I'm busy, to make sure that I am always late for things and don't have enough time. And because I don't like to give myself that downtime, that time to stop and do nothing. And in order to keep going all the time, I avoid things, I can deny things, I can be distracted, and I can convince myself that it means that I'm achieving. And then she said that that's on this end of the spectrum. And then on things what I don't achieve in, I fail. But that's on this end of the spectrum. But she said it's like I accept both ends of the spectrum. I accept keeping going and succeeding. And I accept failing because failing means there's still something tangible that I can still improve on that to jump back to here. But because my grief is now making me stop because I don't have the capacity to stay here in this succeeding. And then everything gets too much when I try, that I get complete overwhelm and then I just shut down. I now sit somewhere in this middle entity between the two. And it's not a space that I recognise. And it's not something that I found very comfortable. And because... And I don't mean this to sound detrimental to anybody, it's just not what I'm used to. This middle ground is boring as fuck. And I don't understand what people see in this middle ground. What do you all fucking get up for?
Yeah, but that's good. That's good that you can see and feel like that. And
but it's not, because
that is not you. And it won't be you. You will get out of it. But right at this moment, you're in it.
And it's given me too much time to think. And because she said I don't have time to do, all I can do right now is face the pain.
Yeah.
And my grief. And so therefore that's then even doubly so telling me that this middle ground that I'm bored in anyway is even worse place to be because of the level of pain that's there when I sit in it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I only right now have shutdown or middle ground. I don't have this capacity to sit.
Which you are seeing that now as, and I can say this to you, I'm allowed to say it. Only myself, probably Tasha and your dad can say it to you, but I'm allowed to say you're seeing that as a failure, that you're a failure at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're not. And it's just something that is happening.
Yeah.
And you go back, when you was worried about doing therapy, you wanted therapy, you admit you want therapy, but the one thing you was worried about, that it opened such a massive can of worms that would all come out, and you were scared of what would come out. Yeah, so you've sort of knew what was going to happen before it happened.
Wasn't this though? And I think that's a lot of it, in that when I say I was scared of it, I was scared of I was scared of, I don't know whether I've said it before, my mum's an alcoholic and, had quite a horrible childhood. I'm scared of becoming that. I'm scared. That's what I was scared of. I was scared of becoming somebody dependent on something else, or, not coping, or my mum drinks because she's not emotionally capable of doing a lot of things. I was scared of becoming emotionally incapable, I think. I wasn't scared of this nothingness. And so now I think I'm in this nothingness. I hadn't prepared for this.
Right.
And so this wasn't a reaction that I'd prepared for. And
Well,
so
some things you can't prepare for, but some things are just thrown at you. And that's probably why it feels so much worse for you, because you like to be prepared. You like to have all your statistics and everything. And you can't always have that for everything. Some things just show up and you have to deal with them. And you will deal with them. You'll deal with every single thing, because slowing down isn't being a failure. And you've got to find it's not also going backwards. You're just there.
I feel like I'm going backwards, but I think
will,
it's just that I never went forwards. I think it's just that I never. The therapist
we don't have to think about things as going forwards or backwards, or like we grieve. We're not any better at grieving as anybody else. We just grieve. We're grieving, and that's what that's what we're talking about on our journey.
I'm trying my damnedest to control this thing, and I'm not.
You can't
it's just
control
happening.
It.
Yeah, it's just happening.
You can.
Yeah.
It's happening, but you can. It's wrong saying you can't control it. You can. You do have a choice, and you have a choice on how to do it. And your choice is to be super, super busy. But that's not just in grief. That's your life.
Yeah.
That is you. Yeah. So you're not going to change who you are. You just might have to do it a little tiny bit differently, like just while you get out of this hole. Yeah. Because do it one small bit at a time. Like work on one thing. You can't work on everything. Work on reconnecting. Or understand that you need to feel like this, and this has got to play itself out, and that you might need to do things at a different pace at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like I've had to dry my hair today with one hand, right? Because I've only got one hand, and it took me a bit longer. My hair's still shit because that's how it dries, because I've got frizzy hair. But I've had to do it with one hand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to only have one hand for the rest of my life. That's going to be healed in a few days. Yeah, but I'll probably have the scar for a little bit longer as well. So
yeah,
you're going to have to just get into your head. You're not failing. You're grieving, and you can still do. You will get back to who you are, but different.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
Which we've said all along, haven't we? We'll never ever be the same person.
No.
And we could try and be the same person, but it won't work, because
fundamentally you're wired different now, aren't you?
Oh,
I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So in so many ways.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, if you imagine yourself down the hole, right, and I'm going to throw you a rope. Yeah. So only go for one rope at a time. So there's another rope, so there's the depression rope. Don't grab that. Don't grab the disconnection. Don't grab the guilt. Just take one thing at a time and deal with one thing at a time, because that is something you like to deal with everything all at once. Just while you're in this hole, you can't do that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm just struggling with, is that slower pace,
Yeah, so that slower pace isn't you, which is fantastic that you've recognised that.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. You don't like being there.
It's took me a while to work it all out, though.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is frustrating in itself.
Oh, it's frustrating for me. Waiting for you to come out of it.
Yeah, it's taken me a frigging month.
Ladder and coming, throwing it down, say, fucking get up there to run these.
I'll do it for you. Fucking hurry up.
Yeah. Hurry up. I can't do Instagram posts. Like, my boobs are falling out. I've got this top and it's too big. I'm just showing off that I've gone down a size. That's all.
It's because you don't eat. You need to eat.
Don't go on to that. Don't try and change the subject from you. Right? I'm not stupid. Right, so accept it. You accept the fact you don't like being there, because that is good. You could actually think, do you know what? I'm going to stay here, and I don't want to improve. I don't want to feel better. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, no, I don't feel like that.
No.
I did go through a stage where I genuinely thought, I think I'm actually depressed. I think I've actually... And the anxiety, that was just... I never had a empathy or an understanding for people with anxiety and depression and stuff. I used to genuinely think that there was part of me that used to think, you got to be able to help yourself at some point.
Yeah.
But fuck me, you can't. Like, my brain was just... I was well aware that my brain was fucked up, but there was fuck all I could do about it. You know, like when I get in those anxiety moments, my brain just doesn't stop. No matter how much I've got a little voice here saying, that's enough, and this one's coming now, I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, not finished with you yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a little bit more in the morning when you wake up. As soon as you open your eyes, I'm going to hit you with it. Yeah. It's evil. Anxiety is evil.
Yeah, it is. It's just... And then the last few days, he's fucked off on holiday. I don't know where he's gone. I mean, he can stay wherever he's gone, but...
We'll be back.
Like,
don't worry.
Yeah, it's like... I feel a bit better, and it's like... I think it's because I went to the therapy on Wednesday, and I think it's because she's kind of given me that analogy of, you know, these two opposite ends, and it's making sense, and I like sense. I like to find reason with something. Is it good
that it's come from somebody else as well? Because you can talk that sense. You could talk as good as her.
I just couldn't see it in myself, though.
You couldn't see it. So it's like somebody's like opened your eyes to it, and then come on.
And then it is that light bulb moment of, oh, fuck yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's fine then. And now I kind of feel like, well, that's okay. I understand it. So all I've got to do is just ride this bit. You know, because I think I got myself so... The anxiety thing, it's like a spiral, isn't it? Like, I'd got myself so anxious and so down that then I convinced myself that this is where I was staying. And then it just became a circle, and it was just never ending, and I couldn't get off.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's just kind of cut a little hole in that circle. And now I'm like, okay, this is, you know, this is the worry. This is where I'm going, but it's okay. There's a, you know, this isn't forever.
Yeah.
And she's just stopped me going round in that loop. But like you say, I'll probably get back on the loop at some point, but at least I know I can get off.
And you don't think what you've learned this time in the hole or in the loop, whatever you want to call it, next time, you'll have to relearn it all again.
Yeah.
Because that's what grief does to you.
Yeah.
It messes with you. It messes with everything.
Yeah. And I think it's just, I just like to think that I'm quite strong and I'm quite resilient and I'm quite in control of myself, and I really am not in control of this, and that's just
but you
a new lesson to learn.
Most of the time, and you will get that control back.
Yeah, but I think it's you know, and I kept saying to you, I don't want to come on the podcast because I just feel like all I do at the minute is moan, because that's where my headspace is at. I'm really struggling. But today, having a better day, yesterday and today, I feel actually it is really important that, you know, I don't want people to just see me on the podcast as being somebody that does cope and that thinks that they've got this shit all together and that grief is controllable, and that, you know, there are some people that just manage to do this, because I don't think anybody manages to just do this. And I don't
think they do. And I think they're lying if they say they do, because I don't think it's possible 100%. But we'll go on to that about you wanting to, you know, I'm so glad you wanted to do it. And not just for me, for the selfish reasons, but also we've had our first few trolls, haven't we?
We have. And have the first fucking trolls when I'm in the midst of my fucking depression, feeling sorry for myself, failing at fucking life and anxious about everything. And then you people just come along and you're like, well, fuck you, have a little bit more. Like,
it's really funny because even my son, going back to my son, even he said, they are the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
He said to weave in, because I didn't even know what that meant.
Who knew?
Yeah, he said weaving on a child loss podcast.
Yeah.
Which actually
what does weaving mean again? Trolling?
Taking the piss, like.
Okay.
Yeah, making fun of us. But anybody can troll us. We're not bothered. We don't, but not our guests. You're not trolling, I
No.
guess. We'll just remove you.
Yeah,
but
we're a
with
bit
us,
defensive
fine.
about that.
Make our figures travel a bit further.
Yeah.
So
What did we say we were? Oh,
this is really good. My husband has come up with a new name. He said we shouldn't be called Room to Grieve, right? Because somebody put a comment about me saying I was quick and witty.
Yeah.
Right?
Exceptional, I think they called you.
Was putting a different one on about you. And then Ron said, oh, witty and whingy. There's your new name.
Yeah.
So even on your lowest of your low, I still text you and said, oh, we got a new name, witty and whingy. But take this, because we always forget. We'd stop putting the subscribe, like, and all that across the screen, because basically, if we was watching something, we would probably find that quite annoying. But we really, really do appreciate so many people coming back, listening. We've got a really good rate as to how long people watch us for. So you can't be witty, you can't be boring and whingy.
I did a screenshot the other day, and I meant to send it to you, and I didn't. I've got my phone here, so let me just have a quick look of how many returning viewers we've had in the last 28 days. We've had 7.8 thousand returning viewers in the last 28 days. I mean, that's not bad going, is it?
Not bad going for somebody who just sits and whinges.
I know, right?
Isn't it? It's obviously my wittiness.
They come for you, not for me. But it's fine, It's all your word balance. I balance it out. Oh, but yeah.
Right. So, thank you so much for keeping watching us.
Yeah.
Our figures are going up. We're doing all right. We need it. We need it as much as our people that message us need it. And I know you don't like compliments, Bec, but you are an inspiration.
Oh, blimey, that's a bit harsh, thanks.
You are. And the messages that we have, I mean, we've got a lady in California who is actually going out because she can't buy hobnobs, and she's going to the store and buying ingredients to make the hobnobs. Right? Because we were talking about biscuits, and she's just slowly but surely working her way through all the videos. Yeah. And she's also gotten together her own little support group where they all meet up.
Oh, how amazing.
Yeah. So,
how
and
amazing.
She says, it's down to us. We've inspired her.
That's awesome. And, that just makes all of this just so worthwhile. I'm just so pleased that it does help other people, and keeping it raw and being honest is...
It's the only way we could be. If we weren't ourselves, if you weren't whingy or depressed and things like that, you think you are, but you're not, it wouldn't be true. It wouldn't be real.
No, I know. And you know what? That troll, he was like, oh, people that have lost their kids, they really couldn't do YouTube channels. And you think, well, you haven't watched it, mate, have you? Because you clearly aren't bored of my whinging yet, because that's all I do. So, bugger off with your stupid comments.
Yeah, we just share our journey, and people are grateful for that. And that's messages that we get. So, you're not whinging, and you just got to go back to doing small things to get you out of this. And you're already started. You've already know you don't want to be where you are. That is made you.
Yeah.
You've done that yourself, and now you've been struggling even saying Bradley's name.
Yeah.
Are you still there? You still at that?
Yeah.
I had a little thought. You need to go back to small things, yeah? And I know it's not something you usually do, so tonight I think you should just light a candle for him.
Yeah,
Yeah? If you can't say his name, light a candle. Just...
Yeah.
Do little things, not massive, massive things. Yeah? Or share a picture of him, just something. Yeah?
Yeah, it's just hard.
I know it's hard. That's why I'm allowed to tell you, because I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Nobody else is allowed to tell you.
Yeah, it just gets harder.
I know. But it's not that it just gets harder, it's that everything else is going on as well. You're going through all the family's putting pressure on you, your therapy's pressure, your job is horrendous
Yeah.
pressure. The fact that when you're busy, that we have to set a charity up, you're doing the podcast, you've got the grief education, you've got the Facebook, you've got this all on top of everything else. You've just utterly overwhelmed yourself, as well as feeling so bloody fed up and low.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
So you can't blame yourself. You can't. And that's what you seem to do. You seem to blame yourself as if you're failing it. You can't blame yourself because it's everything and it's all the things added up.
Yeah.
In a really, really shit situation.
Yeah, it is. I'm going through that whole woe is me and it's all very unfair stage at the moment as well.
Yeah. But it is unfair. And you should be woe. You've lost your son. And sometimes you have to feel like that.
Yeah.
But we've said it loads of times in the past, you can't be in it 100% of the time.
No.
And that's what you just need to work on that at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you're not functioning, but functioning is taking up. With all the other things, your functioning is taking up all your energy, isn't it? So then you've got no energy left to fight off the woe is me.
Yeah.
Because you've used it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been going to bed at like 7 o'clock, whereas somebody doesn't normally go to bed till like 1 in the morning and gets up at 6, I'm going to bed at 7 and sleeping till 8, like the following morning, you know. That's not me, but...
No, it's not you, and you probably see that as a waste of time.
I do.
You could be doing something.
Yes, I do, yeah.
But at the moment...
I'm frustrated with myself.
Yeah, at the moment, it's not a waste of time because your mind and your body actually need that.
Yeah.
And does it matter that you're getting that bit more sleep? Because that ain't going to be forever neither.
No. It's just... The whole thing is just tough. It's just horrible and, you just can't prepare yourself for it.
Can't you prepare yourself for any aspect of it at all? You think you can, and you think, oh, I'm doing this, and then something just happens that you think, oh, I'm back to square one, but you're not. And some days you can say to no, I'm not. I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other, I've done bloody well today, to say what I'm going through. But then at the moment, you can't do that. You can't give yourself that talk. You could probably give it me if I rang you and said, this is how I'm feeling, oh God, this, that and the other. You'd put me right.
Yeah.
You'd tell me. I might listen, I might not, but you'd still be able to tell me. You can function on that. But you've just not got the ability to function to help yourself at the moment.
No, that's what my therapist said to me. She said, you need to be rational when you have these kind of thoughts. And, and I said, but that's the problem. I don't have that rational process at the moment. It's all well and good telling me that's what I need to do. But when that rational thought process doesn't exist in my mind, it's hard to do because it just disappears. So, I can't have rational thoughts because I don't even know what they are. So, it becomes very difficult. And she said to me, you need to learn to do less. So you need to go and create more time for yourself. And I was like, listen to what you've just said. And she was like, what? And I was like, you've just told me to go and do. She was like, no, I didn't. I was like, yes, you did. I was like, create to me means massive. Create means build. It means productive. It means achieve. It means succeed. I was like, and you've just told me to go and do all of the things. She was like, I didn't even mean it like that. And I was like, no, but that's what I'm hearing. When you're telling me to go and create this calm, mindful space to sit in, I hear it as, right, go and build something that will allow you. I don't see the zen of it. I just see the doing. Create to me means do. And she was like, oh God, I've got my work cut out with you, haven't I? I was like, yeah.
That was the first thing that went through my mind.
Yeah, she was like, I didn't even think about it like that. And I was like, no, but that's all I'm hearing is you telling me
Yeah, so
to
that's
do.
what I'm telling you, that you're clever, you know these things, you know how to do it, you know what to say, but just at this minute, you can't do it.
No.
And you will be able to do it. It's just temporary.
Although
And I've
Bradley
told you
will
now,
always be dead.
I'm coming with a ladder and built these pieces of wood that I'm painting. I'll leave some over and I'm making a ladder because I ain't putting up with it for much longer, so you need to get yourself out of the hole.
I know. We need to do some Instagram posts about these Zoom meetings, but
Oh, I can't. Don't make me. I hate Instagram. I hate
know.
it.
Well, or Facebook posts. I don't care where you post them. We just need to do some social media posts.
Right. Well, I don't know what to do with Instagram. I don't know what to do wrong. I don't know where all my words go. I get my music. I'm just shit, right? I'm just shit at it. I need a PA.
But that's what you've got Niall for. He's lazy with everything else. Get him to do that.
We asked him to do a thumbnail once.
Yeah.
Do you remember the complaint about that?
That didn't go very well, did it?
We won't say what it was, but he said it weren't his forte. Oh, God, it's hard. Doing anything is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Functioning, we go to work, we do our jobs, we do this, we do that. We're doing bloody all right.
Yeah, I did have, I think I said to you, my big boss at work, I don't see her very often, don't hear from her very often because we don't really cross paths much. She called me the other day, which was really nice. And it just made me a little bit tearful, but I think that's just because I'm fragile at the moment. But, you know, a lot of people don't remember things like this, and it's just nice that she did. But she called me to say that she was aware it had been Mother's Day and that our transition in this whole changing of job process finalises on the 31st of May, meaning I start my new job on the 1st of June. And she said, well, officially, start it. We're doing a 6-week handover period now, but I'll be officially placed in it on the 1st of June. And she said, I just want to say that I'm well aware of what that date is for you and that, you know, it hadn't gone unnoticed. And I just thought that was really nice of her.
She didn't have to do that.
No, to take the time out and to say that, you know, and to even remember the date because, you know, she didn't even need to remember the date, did she? You know, and little things like that people remember, it just means such a lot, doesn't it? And it carries more weight than I think they realise.
Yeah.
I just wish that more people would openly say it, because I don't think that it's that other people don't think it. I think it's just that they don't say it. And I think that's what people need to understand, is how much it actually means when they do say those things and do those things.
No, I think people probably will have forgot the dates.
Do you think?
Yeah. People getting on with their lives, moving on. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have much else to report because obviously I've been down in my little well, feeling a little bit sorry for myself, you know, in my little black hole all by myself, not doing much.
We do life. We do everyday life is busy.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard.
Next weekend is Easter and we have family party for my brother's 50th. So as much as that will be lovely, and I really will enjoy it because I will, it will also just be very obvious that all the cousins are together and Bradley's not there. So that'll be hard.
Yeah, it's hard when it's families. We've spoke about that so many times, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a couple of weeks here before I go back travelling again, and I've got a whole other list of pebbles to do. Did a lot of my pebbles while I was out there.
You did really well, and they look really good. Super impressed.
Not impressed with the new. I'm on my third different type of varnish.
Yeah.
And I did some. I put 4 out and went to take a picture the next day, and they'd faded overnight. And that was a super duper, really expensive spray varnish that I bought. So I'll be going back to the shop with my pebbles, put them on the counter. Hola, deal with that.
The shite.
Yeah.
Sounded German. Wrong country.
And I need to. I've lost I've got one pebble that I've done. I know it's for a little girl, and it's a I forgot the word, ladybird. And it's brill. It's a really good one.
It is really good.
Yeah, because I'm really shit at them. I really am rubbish. They're not
You're
good.
not really shit because no one's seen my attempts, but I just don't think you've executed them in the way you thought you were going to. But they are.
No, in my head I was going to do, I'll do this, I'll do that. I need to do a Hufflepuff one again because that's a Harry Potter thing for anybody who doesn't know. Because
I didn't know.
It's really rubbish. It's for a young lady called Emily. So my M is Slytherin in Harry Potter, and I think she's got something to do with this, that this Hufflepuff will not hold its colours. So I'm going to do that again. And so I'll do a Slytherin one first, but my M, and then I'll do a Hufflepuff for Emily. But there's one that I've done, which, like I said, is a ladybird, and it's absolutely brill. But I can't find my note who it's for. So if you're listening.
Yeah, if you asked for a ladybird pebble, please remind us who it's for because Karen's rubbish.
Yeah. I can't even read my own writing.
But she's done the pebble and it's beautiful. So, we want to be able to put the right person's name on it because that'd be awesome.
So that's it, really. And we've got a weekend ahead of us now. Busy. And getting through life. Plaster a smile on our face. And we're doing it.
Yeah.
And there's something I read earlier, which did make me giggle, and I thought of us. And I said, it was somebody's put. We're lucky in a way, because we'll never have a midlife crisis. Because our whole bloody life is a crisis. So there you go. There's a thought for the day. Keep your comments coming in. Keep pressing that thumbs up.
Yeah, because it keeps Karen so busy.
The comments do. Oh my God.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So that's it now for today.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm going back to my painting. I've got my PE kit on under here. Hem's PE kit. And I shall get back into the garden now.
Nice.
So.
Nice. All right. Well, that just leaves us to say, grab yourself a cuppa, find a comfortable spot, and we'll journey through grief together.
together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.